Hello, here's something a little different this time. I made 3 different types of builds based on the weapon art Rapid Stabs and the Thief Guild. For all of these builds, I'm using the High Elf race and the Shrine of Balance is activated. The first one I'm going to show is the most basic and usable. I'm wearing a full set of Necrotic Reaper Ninja, a Necrotic Castle Ring, and a Necrotic Weakening Roar Rune. I have a Hypnosis, Profane, and Astro Pajama piece infused, and for my weapon, I'm using the Cursed Steel Handle and Cursed Dagger Blade. Against a dummy, it does roughly 1400 damage per cast while backstabbing, and Curse Rip heals for 33 HP. There's not too much to say about this build, it's pretty basic. It does good burst damage every 5 seconds and has good sustain from Curse Rip. The only problem I had while using it was catching up to enemies aggroed onto teammates and fighting hordes of enemies that weren't properly grouped, since Rapid Stabs has a very small hitbox. It works in all dungeons pretty well, except maybe the elevator defense in Tundra dungeon. If you wanted a decent build to use on a thief slot, this is probably what you should use out of the 3 that I'm showcasing. Next up is the True Damage Gunslinger. This build is mostly for high burst damage, then running away because of how quick draw works. For this build, I'm wearing a full Necrotic Gunslinger set, a Necrotic Castle Ring, and Vampiric Combat Roll Rune. I have Emotions, Ocean Guardian, and Riptide infused. Yes, I know, the whole weapon art infusion shebang. For my weapon, I'm using the Duelist Handle and Needle. For the dummy test, it does 1191 damage without a backstab, and 2066 with a backstab. On enemies that are aggroed onto you, this will be a bit lower since Thief has the stealth passive, which increases your damage to unalerted enemies. This build is a lot squishier than the first one since it doesn't use Curse Rip and Gunslinger gives negative tenacity and magic defense. There's also a good chance of being attacked when your weapon isn't equipped, so you'll have to be more aware of enemy attack patterns and your surroundings. If you want something with more safety, you could try infusing Civilian over Ocean Guardian and use a Reinforced Rune to enable blocking while your weapon isn't out. You could also infuse Stone Cleric over Ocean Guardian if you prefer stun reduction instead of damage reduction. Overall, I've mostly tested this build in Frog Cavern, but it should be usable in all of the dungeons. Tundra would, of course, be the hardest dungeon to use this build in, but that's what teammates are there for. Also, since you're in the Thieves Guild, you can use the Sneak cantrip to slip by enemies easier. The last build is something I made for fun since I wanted something that could parry. It's basically the same as the last build, except replace Gunslinger with Swamp Brawler, wear a Gemstone ring instead of a Castle ring, and I equipped the Bejeweled Blade. It hits like 60% of the last build's damage, which is still around 1200 damage on a backstab. What lets you do this? It definitely is not the strongest, but it's nice if you don't like re-equipping your weapon and enjoy parrying. That's all I really have to say for these builds. Thanks for watching.